Joining us now, the founder of Public on Substack, the one and only Michael Shellenberger. Michael, we always love talking to you and reading what you have to say. Great to have you back on. What's your take on this? Let's show the footage, because Democrats were dancing at their DNC meeting this weekend, Michael. A new Quinnipiac poll, record low approval of just 31% for Democrats. Trump's at a high in the polls. What is going on with the Democrat Party?
Well, yeah, great to be with you. I mean, I think, look, obviously Kamala Harris was a super weak candidate. I mean, everybody is now acknowledging that, including on the Democratic Party side. That's obvious. She was unpopular when she first ran in 2020. She was an unpopular candidate. The campaign was that she needed to be hired by Biden as VP in order for it really for the diversity issue. It was a very weak candidate, but I think the problems for the Democrats go much deeper than that. They go right to what is the party stand for? What's its vision for the country? It's got itself on the wrong side of a bunch of issues, including transgender medical care for children. That's turned out to be one of the biggest medical scandals in history. We saw in this poll from the New York Times over the weekend that most Americans genuinely believe that the Democrats are a party of elitists who don't care about them, who care about things like climate change and transgenderism, not about the things that are their main concern, including migration, the economy, and this massive shift that's happening in terms of foreign policy, where Trump is moving away from the United States playing police officer to the world. So really, you just see a Republican Party that has a lot of clarity about what it stands for and what its priorities are, and a Democrat Party that's really divided and weakened by this obsession with race, with sex, with gender, and nothing really positive or visionary to sell to the American people for its vision for the United States of America.
Yeah, you just nailed it. I mean, that's what we've been hearing too, Michael. So, you know, they're not focusing on the middle class. They're not focusing on the blue-collar worker. They're focusing on this. Watch this inanity, this craziness. Listen to this.
Rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. At this point are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to be gender balanced, we must add 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender.
You fight on, you fight on, you fight on, you fight on. When your government is doing you wrong, you fight on, oh, you fight on.
You know, this was real. It wasn't a Saturday Night Live skit. I mean, they couldn't even figure out what, by the way, at the top of that with Jamie Harrison, they couldn't even figure out their rules for their votes.
Yeah, I mean, look, it comes across like a nihilistic cult, because that's the ideology that's taken over the party. I mean, when I say nihilistic, I mean pretty anti-human at this point. It's dehumanizing. I mean, look at the way he was talking about the need to have people from different racial categories. I mean, that's something you would expect, you know, out of the worst racist periods in American life. You've seen this grotesque medical experimentation taking place on children in an effort to change their gender or their sex. You see a party that says that the world is coming to an end, therefore kids don't need to, you know, people shouldn't have kids because the world's going to end from climate change. It's a dystopian, dark, divided, racialist party. Who wants to be on board with that? No wonder only 30% of Americans have positive feelings towards the Democrats. It's a party that just feels, you know, absolutely not only disconnected from the major concerns of the American people, but offering a vision that's mostly, you know, pretty negative on the human race and on the United States in particular. Your
points are so well taken. They have been dehumanizing children, dehumanizing people in general. Michael, can you really call us the Democrat Party? Is it totally something else? Is it just the far left party?
I mean, it's so incredible. It's really a self-fulfilling prophecy in a Shakespearean way. Here you have Trump 8 years ago, or 9 years ago, probably wouldn't have gone after the deep state in the way that he is now. But the Democrats weaponized the deep state to try to put him in prison. Now he's got no choice but to clean house.
Michael Shellenberger, a pleasure to have you on the show. It's great to listen to you and hear you.